Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca, back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the monthly awards for the month of April. So essentially what happens is every year during the Major League Baseball season, players are awarded by Major League Baseball Player of the Month based on pitchers in the American League and the National League as well as hitters. However, we didn't play any baseball this month because of COVID-19, which is very unfortunate. Hopefully the season gets started underway as soon as possible when everything gets cleared up from a health standpoint. Everyone can stay healthy. That's what's most important. However, being that there was no baseball, it was very hard for San Diego studios to create Player of the Month cards because they didn't have them based off of anything. So what they did this time around was it looks like they are going to take cards from previous Aprils when they made Player of the Month cards. So let's get into it and kind of see what they're doing and what my ideas of the cards that they're going to release besides the Ryan Zimmerman that has already come out. So this is a April 2017 Ryan Zimmerman card. He averaged 420, hit 11 home runs and 29 RBIs. Let's pop into the card real quick. As you can see, his attributes are pretty good for hitting left-handed pitching as well as right-handed pitching. Very low vision at 54. He has diamond hitting, bronze defense, plays first base, secondaries, third base, left field. As you can see, the 44 speed. Would not recommend playing him in the outfield. He should be a decent player on most people's teams as a platoon bat to hit left-handed pitching. I just don't think his numbers are good enough with the low vision to hit right-handed pitching on a consistent basis. However, for a free card, I think this is a very good card. And I recommend that everybody grinds to get him, as well as these other Player of the Month cards. Anything that's free that can be added to your team or benefit you in an event or something else down the line, why not do it? It's just playing the game, which is what everybody loves to do, is play this game. So just go out there, do the challenges, and get this card knocked out of the way. Look at his quirks real quick. Hitting machine, bomber. Going to get some base hits, going to hit bombs. I mean, as you can see from the big power against left-handed pitching, he's going to hit you some bomb skis against left-handed pitching. I just think this is a pretty solid card for how much time you have to put into it. Let's look real quick on how you end up getting this Ryan Zimmerman card. So there's two ways to get the Ryan Zimmerman card. You can do missions or moments. Well, you kind of do a combination of moments and missions, but you don't have to do any moments at all. As you can see, there are 5 moments that you can go to. We'll just pop one up real quick. As you can see, this is opening day in April 3rd, 2017. Ryan Zimmerman began his 2017 comeback season with a big bang, recording 2 outs in the Nationals opening day victory. Player lock is Zimmerman, tally 2 hits in the game. Difficulties on All-Star. Most of these challenges, as you'll go through these 5, really aren't that hard. Just knock them out. They give you 15 points, which will put you to where you see that show pack. So you get a free show pack, 500 stubs for just these moments right here. Then there's missions. For the missions, tally hits with the Nationals, 15 of them online. Tally extra base hits with first baseman, because Ryan Zimmerman's a first baseman primary position. Tally 10 RBIs with Nationals, can be online or offline. Play a game versus a computer to defeat the Nationals on All-Star, as well as exchange Nationals and first baseman. I wouldn't do the exchange. I just don't think it's worth it for this. I'd rather just play the game. I wouldn't do more than 25 points for right now because it will cap you at 25 if you do it. Now that we've gone over the Ryan Zimmerman, let's make some predictions about what I think you will see in the rest of the Player of the Month program. As in, when you go to these cards, as you can see, there's no cells here, which say Classic Monthly Awards Flashback. It looks like they're going to make 4 more cards. So I was going back over the April Player of the Months, and I was like, I wonder what cards they could be. And I was looking and I was like, let me make some predictions. I think these are the cards that you are going to see in these Player of the Month. First, coming up at the 50 points mark for this flashback card, I think you're going to get the Tyler Glasnow from last season, where he started the year out with a 5-0 record, an ERA of 1.75 and a WHIP of 0.94. It was an 87 overall diamond. He had a 4-pitch repertoire with a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, a changeup, and a 2-seam fastball. His fastball is very fast, could touch 100 miles an hour. Throws right-handed. His attributes, as you can see from this card from last year, was 87 stamina. Not the best per nines, actually. I would like to hope that his per nines get bumped up a little bit, especially his home run per nine. Because they were basing this card last year off of a 69 overall bronze card, and he got bumped up to 87 in the first month with his Player of the Month card. So I think that's why some of his per nines weren't as high as they probably should have been for an 87 overall card. I just want a card that can be usable for some people, so I don't know if you need to really bump up the hits per nine, K per nine, or base on balls per nine. As you can see, 79, 80, 75. However, I do think that maybe you should bump up the home runs per nine a little bit to make this card a little bit more usable. He does have pretty decent control at 73 and decent break-in velocity. Obviously, his fielding doesn't matter that much. I think he'd be a decent card for people's rotations. I just think with the other cards and some of the face of the franchise cards that he wouldn't really be that usable without actually bumping his home runs per nine a little bit higher. So then we're going to go to the 75-point mark. As you can see, this is another classic monthly player. Flashback award. I believe it's going to be another player here. At 75 points, I think we're going to have this throwback 88 overall Josh Hader, closing pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. This was actually Josh Hader's breakout to being one of the premier closers in Major League Baseball. He was the setup man at the time, and the closer for the Milwaukee Brewers was hurt in the beginning of April in 2018. And he actually got a chance to close. And in that time, he made 4 saves, had an ERA of 1.20 and a whip of 0.48. And you can see this card is only a 3-pitch repertoire. However, this was the only Josh Hader card we've had where he threw a changeup. So he throws a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and a changeup. His 4-seam fastball at the time was only about 95 miles an hour, which means it'll hit about 97, 98. I believe his live series card this year, he throws a little bit harder. So maybe they'll take that pitch velocity and keep it a little bit higher and still keep this slider and changeup pitch repertoire, which would be really nice for the card. He's obviously a left-handed pitcher, as most of you know. We can look at his attributes real quick. So in 2018, for anybody that hasn't been playing MLB The Show for that long, it was the first year they came out with the 125 benchmark as the highest benchmark. As you can see, they don't have it in the attributes screen at the bottom going all the way up to 125. It was kind of at 99, and anything over that was supposed to be like stupendous and outrageous. As you can see, this card had 33 stamina, which is great for a closer, 110 hit per nine, 117 K per nine. That's ridiculous. 54 base on balls per nine, 71 home run per nine, good clutch rating at 87, which is what you want at the back end of your bullpen, 69 control with 77 velocity and 92 break. I think this card with the home runs per nine and the hit per nine and K per nine will actually be a really good card in the bullpen, and will be a guy that will be in a lot of people's bullpen as a lefty. Right now, the game is kind of deprived of left-handed pitching, besides the prime Zach Britton that just came out for World Series awards, and a couple other lefties like Amir Garrett and Aroldis Chapman. There's not too many lefties being used in the bullpen unless you've done like the Houston Astros collection, which is obviously an expensive collection, and you get Billy Wagner. So I think this Josh Hader card, if it was at this 75 points in the April Play of the Month program, it would be a great addition to the game because it give a lot of people a good left-handed reliever to go out of your bullpen, so you don't see so much of those starters coming in as relievers. I do think that the low base on balls per nine and the control might make it a little bit hard to control his pitches. He might be a little erratic, but I mean, even the live series Josh Hader's like that a little bit. It's just the nature of the beast with this card. When you get those really high per nines and a nasty closer with phenomenal stuff, it's just kind of what you have to deal with. Moving on to the 90-point unlock for the player, I think this is where you're going to get some of these really good cards and some of those end of the program card, the April Player of the Month cards. The way you used to be able to get these cards is you'd have to have the other Player of the Month cards, combine them into a collection, and you would get like this super card at the end. They were always 90 plus overall, and you had to do missions and other stuff depending on what year of MLB The Show it was, to also unlock some of the cards or get to that point where you can turn in the program or the collection to get all the cards. So I think at this 90-star spot, we are going to have the shortstop for the New York Yankees at the time from April 2018, Didi Gregorius. He has a secondary of second base and third base. He He was a 91 overall card in that game with diamond hitting, gold fielding, throws right-handed, bats left-handed. In that month, he had an average of 330, 10 home runs, and 30 RBIs. He essentially led the Major League Baseball in April with home runs and RBIs. You can look at his attributes real quick. Contact versus righty was 93, contact versus lefty 86, power versus righty 87, power versus lefty 69, with 82 vision, 72 discipline. His fielding was 81 fielding, 73 arm strength, 79 arm accuracy, 84 reaction with 71 speed. This card had really good range in the 2018 game. I think even in this game it had really good range if it kept those attributes for fielding. I would like to see the hitting attributes maybe bumped up 3 in each category so that he's a little bit more usable, only because how far we are in the game. There's some people that have some 99s in the infield already. I just don't know if he would actually be used that much if he didn't get a slight bump in attributes, especially for a 91 overall in that game. I think that translates probably more to like a 92 or 93 in this game. I just think that a 91 at the time in that game was pretty outrageous for what everybody had with like the live series cards. It was a lot harder to unlock 99 overalls because that was the year of the Immortal when you had to trade in all those hats and all the other collections to unlock players that we really didn't have a lot of high rated players until a little bit later in the game, 12 months into the game. So I do think that he needs to get a little bit of an attribute bump to make it a worthwhile card to pick up and invest all that time. However, I think this is going to be the card that pops in at those 90 program points for the April Player of the Month. So after you get the card at 90 points Player of the Month program, you got the final card, which will be at 100 points for this April monthly awards Player of the Month program. And for this card, I think we're going to get the Cody Bellinger from last year, 95 overall, right fielder with secondary positions of first base, left field, center field, left-handed throwing, left-handed bat, with diamond hitting, bronze fielding. In that month last year of April, he batted .431 with 14 home runs and 37 RBIs. That is absolutely ridiculous. When you compare that to the year before where Didi Gregorius hit 10 home runs and 30 RBIs, and that was leading Major League Baseball, Bellinger hit 4 more home runs and 7 more RBIs. He had a filthy month at the beginning of the year last year. It's a 95 overall card. Go at his attributes. He absolutely mashed the ball for power. 113 contact versus righties, 85 contact versus lefties, 111 power versus righties, 98 power versus lefties with 65 vision, 93 discipline, has a very high clutch at 98. As you can see, his fielding was a little bit subpar for a card that you'd like to see at 95 overall, with 70 fielding, 72 arm strength, 67 arm accuracy, 67 reaction, and 82 speed. I do think that his hitting attributes are pretty much on par with what you would see if we got this card. Maybe a slight bump in vision or contact versus lefties, but I doubt it. I mean, I would like to see those and make the card obviously a little bit better. However, I don't think they're necessary. I do think his fielding might get a slight bump because he actually fielded a little bit better throughout the year, and I just don't know if only in April his fielding was that bad because they were basing that fielding off of what his diamond card was at the beginning of last year, which was only an 85 overall. His fielding had progressed significantly better throughout the year. I mean, at only 23 years of age, obviously he's going to improve defensively, and he's going to improve hitting over his career, just being a younger guy. So we'll see what they do with the fielding. However, I do think these are going to be the hitting attributes. So guys, these are my predictions for the April Player of the Month program, or April Awards program. However they're going to call it. Traditionally, these have been Players of the Month, not awards cards. So we'll keep it as Player of the Month cards because that's really what they're going to base them off of anyways with us playing baseball in April. With that being said, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching my content. And if you're enjoying the content, please hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up so I know that I'm doing a good job. Also hit that notification bell so you get notifications whenever I upload videos. If you guys are enjoying the content and you want to watch me live, you can watch me at twitch.tv/hopefulchewbacca. I stream Monday through Thursday, 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. I also stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. However, my schedule varies. If you want to know when I'm going live during that time frame, please follow me on Twitter at Hopeful1137. I'll tweet out when I'm going live on those Friday, Saturday, and Sundays, so you guys can come in and join the party on the Twitch stream. Also, you can add me on PlayStation Network. My gamer tag is Hopeful1137. You can add me on there. Ask me any questions you want. If you want to play a friendly or anything like that, I'm always up to help people out, make them better at the game. As always, guys, I appreciate everyone watching the videos, and I hope you're all enjoying the content. Have a great day, and please be safe.